starting with our senior leadership with President Harris and Randall Stevenson and Joe Castiglione. Just without their leadership, none of this would be possible. They're unbelievable. Someone asked, I get a lot of questions from my friends around the NFL curious about the job and how things are going, and I point to that first. That group of men and Coach Venables making this job very enjoyable. The Board of Regents, all our donors, the fans, everyone that supports the program. Hopefully we will be playing one more game out there inside the Palace. That'll be great. I want to thank Coach Venables and the entire staff. I mean, this has been, used the word collaboration a lot at the first press conference, and to see it play itself out has been really fun. It's been really cool. The groups are really coming together. I'm already moving in this 27 cycle. It's just going to keep getting better and better. So that's been great. Coaches have done an unbelievable job, kind of in an era where it's supposed to be transactional now. That's what everyone says. It's here it's really not. The coaching staff is unbelievable with the relational piece. I truly believe, like, the guys that we end up with at Oklahoma are here for a reason. We're getting the right guys because we're going to sell what we sell, and it's either going to attract guys or it's not. And I think a lot of the guys buy into our coaching staff and our development, and they just really work hard at that part of it. So, and then the front office staff, I'm going to name these guys individually one by one because they've just done an unbelievable job. They deserve the shout out. I'll start with the assistant GMs, Blake Dawson and Taylor Redd, Stacy Ford, Drew Hill, Caleb Pearson, our directors, Charlie Parkinson, our college director, who's really getting his hands dirty in the portal, has been all fall and continues to right now. And then Patrick Armstrong, TJ Lynn, Logan Armstrong, and Andrew Bauer to round out the front office staff. And then we'll go to the recruiting staff, the recruiting girls, Taylor Baker, Emily Jones have done an unbelievable job. All the student help we get, couldn't do it without those guys. Strength and conditioning staff, Schmitty, James Dobbs, and the crew has been awesome. Every time we bring all these OVs in, all these people, when we bring these guys on official visits, put so much into it. Jonathan Gress in the sports med staff, Robert Sossaman in sports science, Brooke Helm in nutrition, her staff, Big Whit in the equipment staff, do an unbelievable job, and then Max and Matt in academics and their staff. And then lastly, Lorenda Holston, Caleb Kelly, and Vince Carter in the Soul Mission, which is really the front porch of our recruiting efforts. They do an unbelievable job. As you all know, being around the program, that's Brent's baby, and he really believes in it, and so does everyone in the program. And a lot of these families that want to see their boys come to OU and grow into men, believe in the Soul Mission, and so those Lorenda, Caleb, Vince have done an unbelievable job. And then the MVPs of the last 48 hours, Grayson Fuller with our legal counsel, getting all these contracts prepared, and Danielle Koval from compliance have done unbelievable. I don't think they slept last night. I was up pretty late with them. I did sneak in some sleep, but I think they might have worked all the way through. As Brent said, I listened to his portion of it. I won't go player by player. I'll just kind of sum up the position group. He did a great job kind of wrapping those guys up with his thoughts, and I'll answer anything. Love this class. Love where we ended up here with the 23 players. Or is it 24 now? 24 with Petit. 24 players. Yeah, if you would have told me back in March when I got here, I remember looking at the board they had in place and the names that were up there. To be here, standing here in December with this group of young men, it's pretty exciting. So I want to say we added 8 post the June OVs. So we had 8 full. We kind of thought that would happen. We kind of felt like we were going to have a good team. We thought if we had success on the field that things would start to turn, momentum would start to turn. We'd be able to flip some players, we'd be able to identify some guys that were maybe under the radar, which we were able to do both things. So that really worked out. Momentum is a real thing in recruiting. I learned that this cycle. I've learned a lot this cycle. I'm learning every day on this job, but that's clearly a big deal. You know, working in the NFL, I always heard that you shouldn't negative recruit in college. I learned real quickly on this job, people were negative recruiting. So that was probably working against us. And now that we had some success on the field, we had some players come back our way. So starting on the defensive side of the ball with, Brent talked about that front group. So we've got 5 guys coming in. I think the things that stand out are length and versatility and athleticism. That group got longer, more versatile, more athletic. You have to be athletic to play in our front. You guys know that watching us. So guys with those movement skills to be able to come off twists and games and those things. So really fun group. Linebackers, we got three of these 4 guys this fall. Dane Bathurst, Jacob Curry and Christian Moore. I think the thing that stands out with these guys, they are just innately physical. There's some violence in that group. That's one of the pillars of the program. We're looking for violent players. All these guys suit that, including Bo Jandrew. He and his brother Nico just had a great FaceTime with all these guys this morning when they signed. We FaceTimed all of them as a group. Bo and Nico are, as Coach Venables talked about, I think they're going to come in here and make an impact in this program, not just on the field, but the types of guys they are off the field. So that group of Dane and Jacob and Bo and Christian Moore are just a really cool group of players. We're excited about those guys. They're going to be the core of our special teams moving forward. I would expect all those guys to really push for significant roles as freshmen in that capacity. And then in the defensive backfield, Derek Johnson was our only corner. Kind of wish we could have added a couple more there, but I'm excited about the haul we're going to get in 27 without naming names. And then the two safeties, Nico Jandrew and Markel Ford, two of my favorite guys from when I came in here in March. Love the Jandrew brothers. Markel Ford was DD Ford was a real favorite of mine. Again, like Brent said, he decided to go somewhere else, and at the last minute, B. Hall, I think our coaches did a great job of staying on a lot of these players. And Brandon Hall deserves a lot of credit for that relationship. And Didi and his mom circled back. And man, a guy like Brent said, he played a lot of corner this year, but I see him as a safety. But he does have really nice man coverage skills for a safety. And the common theme with a lot of these guys on defense, they are going to fly around. And I got to watch my words here, but they're going to knock your head off. So it's going to be a fast and violent defense moving forward. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Really versatile players. Offensively, starting with Bo, I mean, I think you just say he's a winner. He's never lost a game. Cool to see him in the locker room the other day. He had his arm in a sling. I didn't know what that was about. So he's going to gut it out and play in I believe, the state title game this week. But seeing Bo, the cool thing with Bo being so close to home, he's been here basically every week. He's been around this team. He's seen why this team has been successful, the grittiness it's taken for this team to go 10-2, and he's just been around it. You know, it feels like Bo's been a part of this team this fall. A couple of these guys, Noah Best, I mean, there's a few guys that have been, feels like at every game. But for our future leader of this football team, to be around it and see John and see this team has been really valuable. So love Bo Bentley, love all he's about, love the family. They've done a great job with him. Offensive line, another group I wish we could have added a couple more numbers there, but the two we got I really like, Noah Best and Deacon Schmidt. Position versatility is key, and you know, Deacon's ability to play both guard and tackle, and then Noah more interior guard and center is going to be huge. We can't have any one position players moving forward. That gets you in a lot of trouble with your roster, so both those guys can move around quite a bit. Deacon Schmidt is just a lot of fun to watch. He is an absolute bully. He's going to be the benchmark moving forward of guys we want to add to this program on the offensive line. Had a great FaceTime with him today. He has had his OU parking spot at high school painted out all fall, which is pretty awesome. He and his family are all about OU. The running backs, Jonathan Hatton to Zephyr Walker, two SEC backs. They've got size. They can make you miss. They can absorb contact. They're physical runners. Really excited about those two guys, having those two guys in the mix. And then at receiver, we had Jaden Petit crossed off here, but now that he's in the fold, it's a really cool group. Jaden Petit, as Brent said, we chased him pretty hard. He was one of my favorite players when I got here in March. That was currently on the board. Daniel Odom was committed. Loved Daniel's game. Zizi and then Jasir. It's a nice group in that they have a really complementary skill set. A lot of people talk about putting together a basketball team at the wide receiver position. Didn't do that intentionally. We were just trying to add playmakers, guys that could do something with the ball in their hands and make plays for the quarterback. So that was the key with that group, and we feel like we added 4 guys that could do that. And then in the tight end room, Ryder Mix, Tyler Ruxer, love Ryder, Texas tough kid, shows up here every week with his cowboy boots on. Unfortunately, he suffered an injury, so he's going to come here and be rehabbing, but we love his toughness. He's what we're all about. And then Rux was a really fun find. We were just scrolling high school track times last year, and I think he was the fastest tight end in the country. Ran 11 flat 100 meters, so that's rolling for a tight end. And so we think we can get some cool playmaking ability out of Tyler. And then Trace Rudd, our guy now has set the bar pretty high for kicker at this school. But like Brent said, Trace is wired. They're really similar guys when you're around Trace and you're around Tater. So Fun group, really love the versatility, the violence, the speed, and really the types of guys. We really were dialed in on the types of guys that we want in this program. Football being really important to them. We wanted guys that were great teammates, had presence, had confidence. My past with the Seattle Seahawks, we were really big on just collecting alphas, and so that's something I really was dialed into through the recruiting process. Guys that were ready to come in and play. This is a developmental program. The coaches do a great job with it, but the guys got to be wired right to come in and play right away and be developed. So we feel like we did that. Really like this group. Really like the families of this group as well. I think I've been on the record saying that the families are going to play a key role in our recruiting moving forward. I just think with where college football is at right now, and this being a business, these players getting paid, I think the family support is going to be really big for those guys. So we love all the families as well.